Hello and welcome back to the Signal System Laboratory. I am Prajal Kumar Saho, Electronics roll number 49, and here we are with a designing task or a small mini project where we try to design a off-grid power system for laptop charging and calculating its budget. So let's get started. So basically, the main focus of this project is to give a power supply when there is a power cut or power shortage at a home. So during these pandemic times, where the whole world has gone online, power supply has become a necessity. Have you ever wondered the large amounts of energy in form of sunlight that gets wasted on your terrace, or or maybe near your house? Maybe yes, but have you ever tried to use this solar energy for your daily day-to-day needs and small appliances like a small fan or charging a laptop or mobile phones? Maybe no. So now we'll try to design a small scale power system to charge a laptop so you can get started. So first we need to know what we are charging and how much. So the basically you need to find the model of a laptop. For my case, it is a HP 15CS 6060X. The details of the power consumption for its battery can be found on adapter, or you can go for knowing the battery details. The adapter is basically the thing you charge. It looks like this, and the power rating is on it. So it's rated at 65 watts at 19.5 volts input. Basically, the input that you need for laptop charge is a 19.5 volts. So there is a site which basically is a site which you can go and calculate all these things if you just want to skip the mathematics part. But I will be showing the calculations so you can just hold the calculator and calculate along with me. So this is the design and this is the construction of the circuit. Basically, you have a solar panel, which is a 30-watt solar panel in this case, which goes to a solar charge controller, from which there is a battery connected, which gets charged as a backup, or in case of cloudy days or rainy days or night time. Then from there, from the charge controller, we move on to a DC to DC boost converter, which basically boosts the 12 volt and small fluctuations in that from the charge control to a stable 19.5 volt DC or any other value which you want, depending on the appliance. So this was the design. Moving on to the calculations. To first we need to know the rating of the DC to DC boost converter. For that we take the input power required for the DC to DC converter. It can be found by the output power required divided by efficiency, which is the 65 watts as I had shown you in the adapter, divided by a 90% efficiency, that is zero point 0.9, which is 72.22 watts. So one 150 watt DC to DC boost converter should work fine. So calculating the load, which is the first thing, we must find the load and how much we need, how much energy do we need, how much power do we need. So looking at an adapter, we could say it was a 65 watt power rating. So I'm going on using it for 2 hours per day. We find that it is 130 watt hours per day, which is 0.13 kilowatt hours per day. So the input power is basically the load power divided by the efficiency, and these are the calculation which come to a 0.144 kilowatt hour per day. So the number of solar panels which you need, basically first you need to find the solar radiation in your area, which comes to the units such as kilowatt hour per day per meter square. So basically you can also see this as a unit in terms of average sun hours per day, which I will show you in the calculator, online calculator. So a 30 watt solar panel can generate 5.5 into 30, that is 0.165 kilowatt hour per day. The number of solar panels is basically you can find by dividing the load power requirement divided by the power output by the solar panel, which is here in this case is 0.837. So one solar panel should be sufficient uh, for the purpose. So for the backup battery, basically when there is no current or there is a power cut or cloudy day or night time, so you need to have a battery backup. So for a half day charging period, if I want to charge my laptop for 6 hours, so I using a 12 volt battery. The ampere hour rating of the battery can be found out by multiplying the number of days you need into the load and dividing by 12, which is the voltage rating, which comes us to 6 ampere hours. So here is the budget of all the items I showed you. We need a loom solar 40 watt. Like, you can go for 30 watt if you find, but I found the 40 watt as very cheaper at a price of 1800, which is better than buying two 20 watts to fulfill the purpose of the 30 watt solar panel. For as you can see, by altering the calculations, you can even run more appliances on this room solar 40 watt charger, but the battery gets adjusted accordingly. And you need a solar charge controller 10 amperes. Then you need a 12 volt 7 ampere hours battery, hammer on battery, and we need a DC to DC step up boost converter. And there are miscellaneous expenses which I'll be showing in a short while. So all this, the estimated cost of this project can be rounded off to around 4,200 in that range. All the descriptions, you can check out the description for the links of all the components shown. So there are some doubts like, and what are the miscellaneous costs? And can we direct the power supply to the battery, and can we direct from the battery to the charge controller to the DC to DC boost converter? So the miscellaneous cost maybe includes a multimeter to check the output of the DC to DC boost converter. The plugs or pins, you can say, basically you need your appropriate pin size depending on your laptop's input jack, and you may need a fuse which you connect with the battery so that ensure that large current does not burns up the battery, and you need connecting wires obviously. So why do we use a solar charge controller? The solar charge controller is like the heart of the project, and basically it is a voltage or current regulator to keep batteries from overcharging. The input coming from solar panels is not exactly the same. It varies from about 16 to 20 volts depending on the amount of sunlight and the natural conditions. So if there is no battery, and if you just directly connect in this diagram, if you just directly connect solar panel to the battery, then the battery may get overcharged, and then it may lead to damage in the battery, which will ultimately cause the whole circuit to fail, and your laptop might also get damaged in that process. So more there is no regulation. The batteries will be damaged from the overcharging. So most batteries need around 14 to 14.5 volts to get fully charged. So this was everything. You can just try this connection home, buy the parts. Before ending the video, I just want to show you this the site I gave on this PPT to avoid the calculations. So basically, you can just give your daily energy usage here, give the backup number of days which you want. It's basically the lowest temperature like during the daytime which you better experience, and you can select what type of battery bank you need. I use 12 volts. You can go for 20 or 48 depending on the budget and requirement. So it will give you that you need a 7 ampere hours, which were calculated also. It will also give you the solar, like if you give the average sun hours per day, which is the radiation energy in your area. You can just manually enter in terms of kilowatt hours per meter square per day. It will give you the average size of solar panel, which here is 30.7, which also give me calculations. And to determine how many solar panels you need in your array, you can see there's a 30 watt. There's no 30 watt option, but you can manage. If you can manage 30 watt solar panel, it's fine. But then you can go 40 watt solar panel, and you can also need the current rating of your charge control can be found here. Basically side you can see these are all the equipments I used. All the links are down in the description, so you can go and check them out and build a solar panel for yourself and save some energy, as well as save yourself from sudden power cuts when there's an important presentation or a class for you. So that's all. Thank you.